Okay, so today this pair deck practiced using Pythagorean's theorem. In this week, we've been making the connections between squares and square rooting and areas of square and side lengths so that we can use Pythagorean theorem. On this slide, it really kind of summarizes what Pythagorean theorem is. It's a squared plus b squared equals c squared, which really says that the area of the square off this leg plus the area of the square off of that leg added together equals the area of the square off the hypotenuse. So that helps us if we want to find the length of the hypotenuse. We're going to identify, always first thing, identify A, B, and C, because always that slanted line is going to be your C. That's your hypotenuse. That's the side of the right triangle that's directly across from the right angle. And the two sides that make up the right angle are called your legs. So first thing, look at your triangle, label A, B, and C, and then you just substitute it in for the things that you know. If you're looking for the hypotenuse, you're going to square your A, square your B. Square means to multiply by itself. Add those together and then take the square root. If I'm trying to find the length of a leg, so I'm going to give you A, which is one of the legs, and I'll give you C, which is the hypotenuse. Again, you're going to substitute in for A and C, square A and C, and then you're going to subtract those two and take the square root. And the third way is to determine if a triangle is a right triangle or not. First, again, identify your A, B, and C. It won't maybe show the right angle, but again, those two sides that make the right angle or something that looks like a right angle, those are your legs. So, and always the longest side length will be your hypotenuse. So substitute in for A, B, and C, square them and see, when you add A squared plus B squared, does it really equal C squared? So those are the three ways that you're going to use it. In the first slide, I give you two examples. So this first one, you're finding the length of the hypotenuse. For this one, you have to find the length of a leg. In here, drawing this picture, so now you have a picture, 14 and 25 are your legs. So find the hypotenuse, square your 14, add it to the square 25 squared. You'll get a nice big number, and then you got to take the square root of that. For the next one, I give you the hypotenuse, and this is a leg. So you got to work backwards, subtract after squaring those, and then take the square root. This one, this is a right triangle. Finding the distance is that hypotenuse. So your leg is going to be the length right here, which going from 1 to 6, this is 5 units long. And this leg goes from here to here, and it goes from 1 to 5, so it's 4 units long. So use Pythagorean's theorem, A squared plus B squared equals C squared. And this last one just has you practicing determining if it's a right triangle or not. So identify your A and your B, square them, add them together. Does it equal 15 squared? And then this is really an application of when you would need to know perpendicular, and if something's perpendicular, it makes a right angle. So determining whether this wall, the side of the barn, is actually perpendicular by putting a 10-foot pole that's 8 feet away. Okay? All right.